Hey guys, it's Such Sports here, back with another video, and today we'll be doing another mock draft. We'll be selecting from pick 9 in a 10-team PPR mock draft. So today we're going to be looking at guys like Ashton, Jeanty, Malik Neighbors, Brian Thomas potentially, depending on the turn and how this goes. So we'll see how this mock draft goes. Lots of NFL news coming in as the preseason gets going tonight. Anthony Richardson is making a start with the Colts against the Ravens. Going to be big for him to see how much he's developed over training camp. Excited to see that. Shador Sanders is going to play tonight, so not really going to see too much out of these guys like Richardson and Sanders outside of a quarter maybe, but still cool to see them play. I believe Burrow is playing this week. I'm not sure if it's today or tomorrow, so we'll see a bunch of the starters today this weekend. Except for Pats Commanders. Hopefully looking to see some of the starters or most of them for the first like drive or two. So preseason will be exciting. We'll get a lot of news for fantasy updates coming out this weekend. Maybe we'll get a look at some of the backfields, like the Broncos backfield monitoring. We're monitoring the Colts quarterback situation, obviously. So we'll see how that goes. And except for this mock draft, with pick 9, man, I mean, it's a good spot to be in just because you get a choice between some of like the tier two receivers, and you get like the option for Ashton Jeanty, Derrick Henry, some of those guys. So in PPR, I'm gonna be looking at Ashton Jeanty at pick 9, just because his potential out of the backfield as a receiver. I mean, he's projected 30 or 40 catches. I think that validates a pick 9 selection with Jeanty. So we'll see if he's available at 9. I'm actually gonna turn the audio down from ESPN. ESPN Fantasy did come out with a new update on their app. Their UI looks solid. It's not the worst. I know I've seen some mixed reviews, so we'll see how that affects what people think of the ESPN platform. I just use Sleeper for all my mock drafts, for all my actual drafts, but ESPN's good too. It's not bad. But I would prefer Sleeper for sure. Anything but Yahoo Fantasy. NFL.com is very slow as well. Used to use NFL.com, but not anymore. So Ashton Jeanty available. I'll look at Brian Thomas. I'm pretty high on him this year to replicate that production in year one with Trevor Lawrence. I know he worked with Mac Jones too last year, so we'll see how that plays out. I don't think he'll be available at 9 for sure. 12 maybe. We'll see. Drake London also another option. I'm looking at Derrick Henry if none of the running backs are available, so we'll see. If anyone falls, Malik Neighbors like a target. I'm gonna assume that the top 6 are gone by pick 9. I think that's reasonable to assume, but that's gonna be my like targets. Okay, here we go. Pick 1 has gone as Chase. Pretty expected. So far, Jamar Chase goes pick 1. A couple guys on auto, so maybe this mock will speed up as the time goes on. Saquon goes 2. Pretty standard mock draft so far. Um, I've seen Saquon and Bijan swap 2 and 3. I've seen Bijan more so at pick 2. Jefferson goes. I've seen Gibbs more recently go pick 5, 6. So it's been interesting to see that develop. But yeah, the top 6 is pretty generic. I think I'd go Chase 1 or Bijan 1, and then the other two. Probably Chase 1, Bijan 2. I'll probably go Saquon 3, and then maybe a Gibbs 4, CD 5 or Jefferson 5, whoever you want. It's really preference. Um, But yeah, just McCaffrey goes 6, a little high, I think, for McCaffrey, given his injury risk. You try not to lose your draft in round 1. I think McCaffrey is going to be that make or break player. Um, as CD goes 7. So it looks like Amon-Ra goes 8. So Jeanty is available, and Neighbors and Puka are also available. I'm going to go ahead and take Jeanty and assume I can get one of the top receivers in the next round at pick 12. So got my running back 1. Definitely take that. Let's see here. Monra goes 8, so Nico goes 10. So I'm looking at Neighbors or Brian Thomas here. I could go Derrick Henry, but I'm gonna pass on that for now. So Jaden Daniels goes. Okay, this guy reaches on Jaden Daniels at round 2, pick 1. So I have the option between Neighbors, BTJ, or Puka. And Puka's been sliding because of the Matthew Stafford injury. So it's either Neighbors or BTJ. I like BTJ, but the bye week, oh man, it's tough between BTJ and Neighbors. This is really tough. You can't go wrong. I'll take Neighbors for this mock draft, but you really can't go wrong with any of those receivers. Um, so I go Neighbors there. He's gonna get a ton of volume with whoever's at QB. You really can't go wrong. Puka's still falling. I think it's just due to the Stafford back injury. That's the only reason why. Otherwise, someone's gonna get a steal with Puka. We'll see how fall he falls. I don't think he's gonna fall much larger than that. But Jaden goes round two, pick one. That's the big reach so far. Outside of that, no big reaches. Pretty standard, other than Puka falling. BTJ is still available at round two, pick six. In this next round, I'm gonna be looking at my RB2, and I'm gonna look at to see if I can get another top receiver here. Maybe McConkey, or I'm not gonna eye Tyreek as Nicholas's nifty team gets a steal and Puka in round two, pick six. I wonder who he got. He had Gibbs. So he got Gibbs and Puka. Great start for him. Henry goes round two, pick seven. That's to be expected. So I also like Dan's team. We got Jefferson and Henry there. I like my duo though with Neighbors and Jeanty. Just monitoring their team. Bijan and Brian Thomas is an insane start. That's great. That's the perfect start to a draft. But yeah, with this Stafford back injury, him not taking a snap in training camp is definitely concerning. Some people have Puka. I think Stafford will be fine, but he might get up to a slow start to the season just because he hasn't played at all. I think they're going to win the first game of the season against the Texans because their D line is just going to maul the Texans O line. So we'll see how that plays out. But I'm looking at Marion Hampton, obviously, JSN, and Elad McConkey. Um, Kyron is also there, but I'm gonna assume he's gone. So um, Chase Brown's another valuable option at RB2. I wouldn't mind that, depending on how this round plays out. So Kyron does go as I expect. I'm assuming Chase Brown will go. Okay, let's see. Chase Brown might not go. We'll see. T. Higgins does go there. Hmm. Now that I have Jeanty neighbors, I'm in a good spot with RB1 receiver one, so I will take that. Chase Brown goes. Now I'm hoping Lad can fall to me, if not JSN. Okay, Lad and Amarian are both there. So I could hedge my receiver and go Amarian right now, which would be the safe option to get my RB2. Meaning I would have two rookie running backs, which is the only concern. I don't really mind that though. So I'm gonna go Amarian now and hedge my receiver. So if I can get McConkey, I'll okay, McConkey's still there, and JSN's still there as well. So now it's my choice between McConkey, JSN. Obviously, McConkey has the safer route to success just because of the better quarterback situation. I do like JSN though with the amount of targets he's going to get. So I also like Garrett Wilson too. So I wouldn't mind any of these picks. I'm gonna go JSN for the fact that he's going to get a ton of targets. And in PPR it's super valuable. So I'll go JSN, and then Garrett Wilson will be gone. Kittle will likely be gone too. My next pick. So I'm gonna end up looking at like a Cortland Sutton, just flex at that point. QBs, Burrow's gonna be gone by my pick. Mahomes might be available, but yeah, I think that was the right pick there with JSN round four. And getting Omarion as well. So I didn't want to stack Omarion and Lad, just because relying on the Chargers too much week to week. So I wanted to keep it balanced between who I selected. So I think that was the right choice. Um, whether it was Wilson or JSN, I think I was fine with either pick. So I went with JSN. But I think Garrett Wilson's great too as receiver too. So but Neighbor's definitely a good choice there as well. Adam's still falling at this point. There he goes, round four, pick eight. Um, any big reaches so far? Maybe Hurts over Lamar. I think that's a pretty big reach. To go with to take Lamar's quarterback three. I feel like he'd be the second quarterback off the board. Yeah, the guys like the flex is starting to go now between Evans and Kamara and whatnot. Kittle's gonna be gone by the time I pick, so I'm gonna be eyeing. Looks like Brees. I'm gonna look at Sutton as well. Despite the Denver offense adding a bunch of people targets like Evan Ingram, Pat Bryant, Vele. Vele is still there, but he improved at the end of the season. RJ Harvey was obviously a new pick, so the Broncos have a lot of more mouths to feed than they did last year. Ridley isn't a good is a solid option, definitely risky. Um, could go Laporta. If Kittle's available, I'm gonna smash that pick and take him. If Chuba is there, I would consider that as well. Maybe DJ Moore. I'm not gonna take Swift because I don't believe the talent is there. We'll see. We'll see. Kittle goes right before my pick, like a couple picks before mine. So I'm looking at Brees right now just because I think him and Garrett Wilson are going to carry the offense. Tough week one for Brees. He'll be in negative game scripts a lot, but I could see a path to where he's successful. So Brees and Chuba both available. Ooh, this is tough. Is Brees the best option here, given that it's PPR? Um, Man, if you can score more touchdowns, then I would take Brees for sure. Man, I don't love his yards per carry. Chuba is also available, not really an option in PPR. I'm gonna go Brees, I think. I have to, I think. Go with Brees Hall as my flex. I'll take it. Um, let's see. Chuba also available, but I'm probably gonna go receiver. Actually, flex doesn't even matter. I can take whoever now that I have my running backs and receivers filled up. I could take Bo later. So I'm not worried about that. I can go Travion or Chuba. I think Chuba has to be the pick. Going running back heavy then. Because I can wait on receiver a little bit and sit on receiver. So I'm gonna go Chuba, go back to back running backs, fill that out. Now that I have really strong depth at running back, I'm only gonna start two or three at most. So gotta be mindful of that as well. But I like my options at receiver. I'm gonna go Tet, Matt Myers, Diggs. I like where I started at. Tight end is still obviously a hole. Laporta is available. I would definitely consider Laporta in the next round, 100%. But I don't think he's gonna be there. So Pickens, Williams, obviously available. I'll add those guys. Gonna avoid Waddle for now. Smith, I'll definitely consider, but he'll be gone by then because the auto picks. I think I've done a pretty solid job with my team with four running backs, two receivers. Definitely sit on running back now. I don't need any more. So I'm really gonna target receiver heavy, go after those high upside picks like Ted McMillan. If I can land him in round seven, that'd be obviously ideal. I'm gonna really hope I can get him round seven. Not sure if I will be able to. Bo Nix, obviously I'm gonna eye next. So if I have the choice between Bo and McMillan, I'm gonna go McMillan. It's tough. Definitely tough. I could go Bo now, actually, because there's a lot more receivers that I like other than Ted. But Ted has a clear path to receiver one, so definitely a lot to consider here. Caleb Johnson goes around seven, pick four. Yeah, it's a good value there. Caleb, Hawkinson, good value there. So Laporte is still available as well, I believe. No, he's gone around six, pick six. Mayfield and Mahomes also went. So Bo is definitely the top quarterback option available. In round seven, that's pretty good, I'd say. Give you a consistent 20 points. I think that's very valuable. Let's see. Waddle and Judy goes. That's fine. They don't have great. Well, Waddle is injury prone, and I'll give you Judy doesn't have a good quarterback situation, so I'll give you that. Um, let's see. Obviously, considering Jacoby Myers as McMillan goes, Bo Nix still available. So I'm always take the best quarterback available and go Bo Nix, and then have my choice of receivers between J-Mo, Pickens, or Myers or Diggs. Running backs are set. Tight end is obviously not set, but I can wait a little bit, given that the ones I want are gone, at least with the high upside. So Travis Hunter goes. I'm gonna take Bo now, given the fact that he might not have a QB. This guy behind me, he does have Jaden, so I can wait on QB actually, because he won't take Bo. So I can go Jameson or Pickens or Myers. Myers is great for PPR. Think I'm gonna do that. Go the consistent option to Jacoby Myers. I think that's a safe route. But I'm definitely gonna have to take. Oh, Roma Dunes is also there. I could also consider that. But I think I'm gonna take Bo now because he won't take a quarterback, but he has Jaden already. So a lot of great options at receiver right here. That's what I've noticed. Jameson goes. That makes sense. I mean, round eight is great for him. I'm gonna take Bo now. Get my quarterback. So Bo Nix on this team. This is a solid team. Cannot complain at this at all. With two good running backs. Hampton, I think is gonna be a smash pick. Same with Jeanty. Got two great guys in PPR. I can't really complain about this team at all. I'm gonna look at the other teams in a second, but I think it should be one of the better ones. Roma Dunze is obviously going to be a good value pick at this point. The receivers are going to drop off here at this point. Debo is falling, man. I do not think he should be around 12 or 11. I think he should be around 8, 7 here, right where like these group of guys are going. I think Debo should be here. Um, Given how many touches he might get. In terms of running backs, Pacheco obviously still there. I would consider Pacheco for sure. Um, Even though I don't need running backs at this point. So gonna sit and wait on this one. But yeah, we can take a look at some of the other picks that have been made. So round one, so the round one team, the pick one team has stacked Burrow and Chase, which is okay. The running backs are definitely questionable though. So there's some holes in that team. Not the best team. The pick two team also went tight end early. They got McBride. I like the receivers. What they did with I like them to an extent. The running backs are good. It's a solid team with Saquon and Jacobs and Wilson. I like the pick three team a lot. getting BTJ and Bijan early, getting Bucky as receiver two, doing great at receiver. I think he's in a good spot. The pick four team is obviously pretty good with Henry and Kyron, and they got good receivers. Really good team. Um, don't love the pick five team. I mean, they don't have good depth. I think Allen is a good pick, and pick six is okay. I don't like the Mixon pick at all. I think he could have gone elsewhere that would instead of Mixon. I think he could have gotten a ton of other guys. CDJT, Chase Brown, solid team. Can't complain about that at all. You got a lot of good value picks with McConkey, Sutton, Henderson, McMillan. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm in a top three spot for sure with this team. Um, as Roma Dunze goes right before me. Damn. Yeah, Monrod team, I'm gonna be on the clock, so I'm gonna actually take Debo or take whoever. I can take Andrews now, honestly, and that's probably fine. Likely could take that job over, but that's pretty safe, I'd say. Yeah, I'll take Andrews now, but my pick again. So could go Addison, he's suspended. I'm gonna go Debo, get my guy. So I got two good receivers off the bench. Bench is looking really good. Okay, so this pick 10 team took three quarterbacks, obviously to troll. Not a great team, obviously, a terrible team. So I think I'm in a top three spot for sure with this team. I think you have to look at the team with Bijan and Brian Thomas. That's a great team to start off with. I think the Gibbs team is pretty good, and the Jefferson team is pretty good. And my team is probably fourth. In that four, you can order any way you want. I think I'm two or three. So I think I did a good job there. Jaden Reed would be a nice pickup, despite the addition of Matthew Golden. Almost said Antonio Gandy Golden from the Commanders, if you remember him, or Washington football team, if you remember him. But yeah, some of the receivers, I'm in a really good spot. Can start to target more running backs. I think I actually have four, so I don't really need. I can go after flexes now. I mean, there's no point of waiting. I could get my second quarterback. I can look at defense in the Steelers or Denver. I'm gonna target Denver if I can get them later. Gonna look at Keon Coleman. Gonna look at Igbuka and Higgins for sure, the rookie receivers. And any running backs that I like late. Judkins at this point would be solid, even though he's probably suspended. Eckler is obviously okay in fantasy. In PPR especially, he's always fine. So I'll have to consider here. Could go at Igbuka, solidify my receivers. I'll have to consider for sure. Um, let's see. Igbuka does go before me, so now that option is gone. I could go in the solid route with Eckler. I already have some running backs. I'm not going to start Eckler ever, so no point. Might as well go for the upside pick. The upside being I'm gonna get Drake May, potentially Tyler Warren as well. I think that could pan out really well. So I'm gonna go with Tyler Warren late here. Kind of hope that he's my him or Loveland would be good. I think I'll take Loveland actually with the better quarterback situation. Um, kind of hope that shooting for the next Laporta pretty much or the next yeah. Late in drafts, you get a tight end there, Loveland. I'll take it absolutely. He'll get a lot of receptions, so I could go Najee for the insurance for Hampton, and then I can get my defense, and I'll be pretty comfortable with that draft. So overall, really good bench. I like this bench a lot. Debo, Chuba, Myers, this is a really solid bench. I like to see him a lot. Definitely a lot of potential with the amount of rookies I took with Hampton and Jeanty, and then you got a mix of consistency between Debo and Joey Myers. So I think I did a well-rounded draft. Yeah, let's see how this first round was very interesting with McCaffrey going over CD, and obviously the second round was the guy. I think this guy was trolling, I believe. Yeah, he was. He took Hurts. He took Joe Burrow. He took Jaden. So yeah, he was definitely. I guess he didn't take Burrow, but he took two QBs you don't need. He might have taken three total. He took Lamar as well. So definitely an interesting second round. Henry going where he went. Brian Thomas obviously falling. Well, that guy caused it pretty much the Jaden guy. So Puka obviously falling was interesting. See with that Stafford injuries affecting drafts. So interesting to keep an eye out for that. I'll go Kyle Williams, or I can go defense at this point. I guess people are taking defenses, so I can go Denver now, and I'd be pretty happy with that. Aubrey's gone. Oh, Aubrey's still available. Okay, I can take Aubrey. Yeah, so I'll take Aubrey here. I kind of early. I had two flexes available left, so that's on me. But oh well, that's fine. I got the top kicker, top defense. I'll take it. Najee obviously available. At this point, it doesn't really matter. I got my two QBs. I got the bench is just for upside now. But let's see. This Some of these teams are interesting. I like the pick 17. They really shot for value in this draft. I mean, McConkey's going to be seen as a value. Chase Brown and Sutton and Henderson, good picks. Two really good rookie picks by him. So I think that team has a lot of upside. But yeah, that's the draft. Probably ended off after these two next bench picks, because it's the last two picks of the draft. But I'll go Tootin and I'll go Ayuk. Why not? Ayuk's coming up an injury, but I don't mind taking a shot on him as this wraps up. But yeah, we'll have another mock draft coming out soon. I think I did a pretty solid job. Rate it in the comments below. See how well I did. Make any critiques. If anyone missed out on, obviously the debate was between Neighbors and Brian Thomas. But I think I did a good job. So go Ayuk and then we'll go Tootin next. But I think I did a solid job. I'll give myself an 8 out of 10. I think this is a really solid draft. Getting two tight ends, one being a consistent option, one being an upside pick. So I think I did a solid job. But we'll go ahead and take Bashal Tootin. And that'll be the draft. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.